Hi everyone, it's Kathy Koliakovo with Social for Business, providing you with up-to-date social media tips to help small business owners and entrepreneurs better use social media to market their business online. So today we're going to talk a little bit about tagging with Facebook when you're in Facebook as your business page. So I'm going to pop over to my Facebook account and we're going to be dealing with an account of one of my clients, the Arts Music Store in Newmarket, Ontario, which is very near Toronto, Ontario. So what I want to show you today is a few things, and part of it means you have to ensure that you understand how to be in Facebook as the business page. So when you're in Facebook and on your business page, if you see, as you can see up here up on the top right, that it says I'm in Facebook as the Arts Music Store, you know that you're using Facebook as the page, not you the person. If I wanted to click and go to my name, then I would go to it, and now you would see the change where it's showing me my face that's in there. So in this case, where we want to go is I want to actually be using Facebook as the Arts Music Store. So I'm going to click down to their page that's in my list here. And here we are on the page, and again I've switched now to the music store. So anything that I do and say now, it's going to be as the identity of the Arts Music Store, which is key in doing a bit of the tagging. So what tagging is when you use the @ symbol and either a person's name on Facebook or their page name on Facebook as well. And when you put the @ symbol in, and I'm going to do it with, I'll just do a sample here with Taylor Guitars because that's somebody that they're connected to. So you can see a drop down came up. I chose Taylor Guitars, and I'm not sure if you can see this clearly, but there's a little blue outline there, and that means that that's made it as a link. So this is a tag of Taylor Guitars, and anything else that I type in when I enter it, it's now going to turn into a live link back to the Taylor Guitars Facebook page. So there's actually one sample over here that was posted on their page, and you can see here this Mark Hewer, which is a person, has posted and he's tagged his musician page. So you can see that it's not just a normal black text, it's a link, and if you click that link, it asks you what you want to do. I was in the middle of typing something. So it takes me to the Mark Hewer music page, which if the Arts Music Store wants to like the page, we can do that here, or we can just look through the timeline and see what's happening on there to determine if in fact we do want to like the page. So that's when you want to tag another business page, you do have to like the page for you to be able to tag it and make it a live link. So why would you tag a business page or other pages? Well, some of the reason that you want to do that, you have to look at what's going to happen when you tag them. So when you do tag another page, what will happen is that business page on Facebook will get a notification up here in their notifications that, in this case, the Arts Music Store tagged you in a comment or in a post or in an update, whatever it may be. So that's where, if people are paying attention on both sides of it, the company or the person that you tag will get the notification. They'll see that you've tagged them, and generally they may want to check it out and see what's going on and see what's happening. So it can bring people into your page that you would like to take a look at or connect with or see. So that's something that you want to really pay attention to and watch out for. So if the opportunity comes out there for you to tag these other businesses or other people, then you want to make sure you try to use those opportunities as much as possible. Now we can also tag people, and I'm going to show you an example here of a tag of a person. So Taylor Guitars, actually the Arts Music Store is the top independent dealer in Canada for Taylor Guitars for 2012, 2013, and for 2013 they're coming to their store for the Guitar Roadshow. So they posted an update about this, and when they did, a person made a comment on it. So they replied back to that person and said, "Hey Graham," because that's who talked to them, "it's one of our popular events." And they tagged him on it. And so part of the reason they did that was, one, to let him know they were responding, that he would get a notification, and two, it's just good policy to try and tag the people so that they do see that you have replied to them. And the way you would tag a person is the same as you would tag another business. So you would put in your comment, then you would hit the @ symbol, start typing that person's name. You see it in the drop down, click on the drop down to pull it up. And what you can see what they've done here is they've actually taken out the last name Doyle. And that's something that I recommend people do, because then it sounds more natural to your normal talking voice and how you would talk to somebody, as opposed to having the last name in there. So instead of replying back, "Hey Graham Doyle, it's one of our most popular events," they said, "Hey Graham, it's one of our most popular events." So the way you get the last name out, and this only works with people, not with business pages, is to actually hit the backspace button at the end of the last name. You can see that it's removed the E from the last letter of the word. I'll backspace and get rid of the other ones, but I don't want to go near his first name because it's still a link there. So I want to leave it as a link, and then I would hit enter, and that's how you get just the first name. So if you can do that with people, that's a really good way to do it, because then what you're saying to them written online comes across a little more naturally. So where would you go, and what kind of opportunities are there to mention names? Well, here's another good example of one that they put in. These are Jean Larive guitars. So they shared a picture of two absolutely gorgeous guitars made out of rosewood. One is rosewood, and I think the other one's zero coat, which I'm probably getting the names wrong. So they posted these pictures up to share them on their page, and they had a few comments. And then they made a comment back that they're really proud to support Canadian manufacturers such as Jean Larive Guitars, Yorkville Sound, Sabian. And so as much as they could, they actually tried to tag the other businesses so that, one, people on their page, if they want to learn more about these guitars or Yorkville Sound or Sabian, they can click on them and go right to those Facebook pages. The benefit of doing that is that this company gets a notification they've done it. Well, they have quite a large following on here, so if the company is paying attention to, in this case, people selling their products, they might make a comment back there. And any comments or activities that Sabian would make onto the art store would be seen as activity on their profile, which could be seen by the 193,000 people that follow them. So what you're doing when you're tagging people is really trying to bring up the opportunity for others to find you online in a natural way where you're networking and talking with other people. So you're not trying to be real salesy or anything like that. You're just doing what you would naturally do in person. So that's another way that you could tag them. And then some people say, well, how do I figure out what to tag or what to do? Well, one of the things that you can look at is on the other pages that you like. So if you're on your Facebook page and you click on the right column to your likes, you can click the See All button and see all the pages that you, the business, have liked. So in this case, you can see that there's a whole list of pages down here. So maybe you want to put something online or post or comment and talk to Marshall Amplification, which they make amps and they sell them at the art store. So here we've got a Facebook page with 92,000 likes, and maybe they have something interesting that you'd want to share or put out there. So here's somebody that pictures of someone who made a birthday cake that represents their amps. So I mean, that's kind of a neat, cool picture. So you could share it. You could just simply make a comment back on there, something like that. And so when you're doing it, as you're making these posts, if you wanted to say something like, wow, can everyone get one of these on their birthdays? So I started to type in their name. I hit the @ symbol, started typing in their name, and then it comes right up automatically with a few Marshalls. So we click the one Marshall Amplification, which is the name of their page. And the only thing about the page ones, like I said, you can't, as you could with a personal one, erase the second part of it, because I know in the lingo when talking about these, very few people will actually refer to it as an amplification. So it just makes it a little more difficult to sound natural, but that's fine. You can deal with it. In certain cases like this, you'll have to let it go. So just put a little comment like that, and hit the enter button, and then boom, you've got a tag on there. Now you're on their page anyhow, so it's not always the way that you would do this. I just wanted to give you an example of how you could get in there and tag for other pages as well. So it's just different ways that you can do this, and as much as you can look for the opportunities to tag other businesses and other people, your fans, the people that like your page, in replies and responses, the more personal you'll make your business seem. And that's what tends to connect people better to pages, one page over another, is, do I really feel like they're there? Do I really feel like they're real people that I'm talking to? If you can make the people that like your page get to that comfort level, then you definitely are going to be able to have better relationships, which are the types that lead to sales and more business with the people that are liking your page. So the more that you can reply back to people and talk to them and say their names, the better off that you are. So that is our lesson for today on social media tips and doing tagging with Facebook business pages, and also how to find your own profile for your business page and make sure you're using the page as your business. If you have any other follow-up questions, feel free to ask me at facebook.com/timeontaskva. Have a fabulous day, everyone, and happy networking.